Yeah. The Kings is back.
Wait,
We never left,
right,
dude.
I mean,
honestly,
right.
we never left, right?
I'm a relic in a land of tryhards. I'm the epic blowing through stands with diehards. You can try, boss, but I guarantee you'll die soft. I can't be stopped or silenced. I'm the copulation of violence. It's already decided when I signed it. We stay culture focused and we crown minded. The bang hitting you quickly, reminded that we the livest on your block, and it's time this box. Take the knock up the line, call the cops.
Hey guys, welcome to the lab. We are back with another episode of Sundaze with the Clink Room, joined by my good friend Heinz, superhero Heinz, the man with 57 first names. Heinz, how you doing?
What's happening? How's it going?
Good. I'm glad to get you back on the show. You were one of the willing participants, so I thank you very much for partaking in the group kind of community episode, our inaugural kind of town hall meeting. Unfortunately, I didn't know you too well going into it. I can now say that it seems like you're a little bit more comfortable, so I had to get you back on the show to give you more airtime and get to know you a bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was a lot of guys in there, and I didn't say much, but a couple things, a little bit. So.
Yeah. Well, don't feel too bad. I mean, even it was my own show, and I excluded myself a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Give other people some airtime, but it was cool that you got to partake in that, and you've been a great member of the community. Kind of noticed you from far, kind of noticing your name kind of show up a little bit more in like crits, and you even had one that hit production. I think it's going to ship very, very soon as well, so we can get into that a little bit more, but let's kind of take it back one step. So you started kind of like as a fan and collector kind of the Clink Room. Let's talk a little bit more about that. How did you first find out about the Clink Room, and what kind of drew you to their designs and their hats?
Yeah, so I've always kind of collected a little bit of MILB and MLB stuff for a while. Originally from Baltimore, so a lot of Orioles, a lot of Ravens stuff. But really, I had always collected action figures, and that's where the name Superhero Heinz comes from. And so I kind of was getting tired of doing that a little bit. It was getting a little old, and I was like, man, I don't know what could draw my attention anymore. And I was like, maybe hats, because that's the only other thing I seen. I was like, I have a lot of hats. And then I started looking around and started noticing the Clink Room online, probably Facebook. And I was like, just curious about it. I was like, and the reviews were great. Some people were a little weary. I guess a lot of people aren't used to that whole custom world of fitted hats. But I mean, man, once I came across it was on. It was something else. And I mean, at that point, it was like, this was about probably a year ago now when I first found out about it. And I finally ordered my first hat, which was a mystery hat. And it was awesome. It was Argos. I think it's by the same as the Apollos. I can't remember who did that one. But anyway, I loved it. Loved the embroidery. And I was like, I have to get more. And then at that point, just started, buying dead stock here and there. I waited a little bit before making my first pre-order. Finally jumped in on that. And luckily, patience, it wasn't too hard for me, waiting for that first one. And I just started collecting any of the Clinks I could find, anything that could draw my attention or, was in my realm of things that I liked.
Mm-hmm. So I just looked up Argos by Clinker Carter. We don't
Carter.
See Carter do too much lately, but yeah, that's a sweet hat. It's got that kind of like rust, super old school like scuba helmet.
I've been trying to find he I think in the description it says it's the companion design to Apollos. So I thought that was really cool. So I haven't found, because I really like the cape colorway of Apollos. It's like the orange and gray one. So I'm always on the lookout for that one, trying to find it. But
let's go ahead. Sorry, cut you off.
No, I was just saying once I started getting into it, and then I was like, and I started noticing the community more, and the buy sell trade group, and um, noticing more designers were in the group too. And then that led to me just I saw people post here and there about how they had approached designers about their ideas, their concepts, and then I just kind of rolled with it from there.
Yeah, and that kind of led you. I don't know how many it took you to get your first one. I guess we can discuss that a little bit later. But you have one that I hit pre-order production. I think it's at the final stages pre-shipment. So you ended up teaming up with an amazing clinker, Kyle Page Perception, and you guys did the ball hawk. Can you talk a little bit about that process? What was it like working with Kyle? How much of it, was concept? How much of it did you approach him with any sketches? Like, how did that whole project come to be?
So with that one, I did notice him again in the buy sell trade group at first, and I started seeing some of his designs, and I became really into a lot of the bird designs, and I kind of refer to him as the bird master.
Right.
And they're just amazing, the birds that he does. And so I had started thinking, and just different types of concepts, and the word ball hawk just came to mind. And I used to hear certain athletes, they would be referred to, oh, the ball hawk, the ball hawk this, he's the ball hawk this. And I was like, man, that's so cool, and I was like, that would be really badass to make it, a hat or do a bird called the ball hawk. So I had reached out to him. It was probably 6 months maybe before we actually, really started on it. I had just gave him the idea. I hadn't sketched anything up. It was purely just my ideas, and just some things that I had pieced together in my head of what it could look like. And I was like, man, it'd be awesome. We could have a hawk, and you can refer to several different sports, having to do with ball hawk. It can be football, basketball, baseball. And I was like, it's another thing I really like is baseball designs. So I had pitched him a few different ideas, maybe something with basketball, maybe baseball. And he was like, yeah, I love the idea. Just give me some time, and I'll get back with you about it. And then just here and there, we checked in with each other, like, yeah, it's still an awesome idea. We're definitely going to do this. And then the time came, and he had just messaged me and was like, I think I got it. And then, he sent it over to me, and I was just blown away. I was like, man, this is great. What he did beforehand, he told me that, he was telling me about, because I had never collected baseball cards when I was younger, but he told me about, his passion for it when he was younger, and how they used to make, a certain type of cards where it would have the reflection in the lenses. And I was like, that is so awesome. Like,
yeah.
So cool. And so he sent it over, and I was just blown away. And I mean, the way that he works, I mean, there's not much you can critique. It's just, he does some amazing. Yeah. I mean, so at that point, he's like, what do you think about the colorway? And I was like, I love it, because I'm an oddball. I actually love a gold UV or yellow UV.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So, and that was the original. I think they had changed it to blue, which is awesome as well. Blue's my favorite color.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a beautiful bird. The embroidery, I think, is going to be amazing. But yeah, once he sent it over, and then we started agreeing on it, and we agreed on the colorway, and then he was like, awesome, we'll go ahead and submit it at that point. And it was on from there.
Yeah. But I'm totally mixed up my dates. This just closed for pre-order, so you got a little bit of time. Whoops.
Oh yeah. I was.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I think it's January. I'm hoping for like a Christmas present, but
Yeah.
you know, you never know.
Just set it and forget it and don't think about it, man. I mean, the hard part's over. I mean, this going into it is a hard part now. Now that all the work is done and just kind of waiting for the manufacturing process to happen, and it's in good hands, man. You guys killed this one. Very smooth. The navy with that kind of tannish, wheat kind of color. You don't really see it that often. I think this is a smooth hat. But who are some of your other kind of favorite clinkers? Do you have a favorite? Do you tend to collect, some like when you're looking at like and you're deciding on what you want to buy, are you thinking like, concept design first, or are you looking at collecting a series? Do you have certain clinkers you don't miss?
The series I do like. The series, like just recently, I started to really get into the 40 swords, the Shadow Socks, and Roman Ronins, and so I'm at the point now where I'd really like to start collecting more of those. The only one I have now is the most recent one with both of them, Shadow Socks and the Ronin.
Yeah, they kind of face off.
Yeah, so I have that one, and so now I'm like, man, I got to find those ones that I slept on and weren't able to get.
I stupidly slept on the one that's the weapons in like the clouds coming out of clouds.
Shadow Attack, I think it's called.
Yeah, I messed up, but we all make mistakes sometimes, and you can't buy them all. There's so many that come out, and
but I mean, I love Aurelian's style. I mean, anything that he does, like no matter what the concept is, or if it's dark, or if it's funny, or like his style, just I feel works really well, and just I really like his. Who else? Soundwave. Like I said, I've worked with him a good bit on a few different designs. I really like his style.
He pumps out work, man. Zach.
He's
always putting out work.
Really passionate clinker. Let me see. Aurelian, Soundwave, obviously Page Perception. I mean, there's a lot that I love. All of Casey's designs that he's done that are in there.
When he kept pulling out the sketchbooks, I'm like, keep sending them out. I got to look at these all day long just to see the number of ways he can kind of break down a logo and do them in different poses, slightly different poses, just to get the right angle, or with hair, without hair, with this element, without that element, like just crazy good artist, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier with like different designs with details and how the smallest details can change something to make it completely different, or one way, and then you change one little detail and it can make someone feel something else. It's crazy.
Yeah. Just kind of hearing how him and Jason would go into like a city, immerse themselves in the local culture, talk to people, research, find little things that mean certain things to like certain people, just small stuff like that. Like he did one where for like the New Orleans baby cakes, where it was like this kid holding a ladder, and to anyone else that's unaware, that means nothing. You're like, well, why is this kid holding a ladder? But if you talk to someone from New Orleans, they'll know that like, hey, the kids carry that little ladder topper so that they can, sit on top of a ladder to catch beads because they're short, stuff like that. Like you just like little tiny little bits of like culture and education just means so much to like the certain locals. It's like really cool to see like that level of detail, sometimes like I'll be extra hard on people, like, I don't see a +1, or I don't see a story, I don't feel no soul. It's because of like that. It comes like the bar is set so high. I feel like when you do have a clink hat and you have something, you're kind of like joining like a fraternity, right? Like it's like like you've kind of like made it. So it's like you don't want anything just to be kind of haphazard and put together bullshit. Like it's got to be good. So
right.
That's pretty cool. In terms of like the community, like you mentioned the buy sell trade group. Like, how has that kind of influenced your like buying patterns? Like, being able to kind of connect with people who collect the same kind of thing. Like, can you talk a little bit about that? Are you active on the different online communities?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm posting, hat of the day stuff all the time. I've been a little busy lately, so I haven't in like a week or two, but I'm always on there checking up, seeing what's going on, the different pre-orders that are coming in. Yeah, everybody on it's a great community. It really is. Like there's nothing more fun to me. I mean, it's just on there it's 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 great. I mean, I get on there and I talk to different people, find different trades. That's another thing. I love, making trades, meeting new people. Um yeah, I mean, it's great.
Yeah. What was one cool thing that kind of fostered a lot of trade activity too? I don't know if it was like intentional or unintentional. Was those pin packs? Like when they had the
Oh
mystery
yeah.
the mystery ones and stuff like that. That was pretty cool to see. Like, hey, I got the ski mask. Who's gonna trade me for the samurai mask, and
Right.
vice versa. That was pretty cool. In terms of like dream themes or dream concepts, or is there anything like you would like to kind of explore, or was there any type of like styles or subject matters of hats that you want to see more of out there?
Um I definitely like, I mean, I guess kind of cliche superhero Heinz. Like I'd like to see maybe like a superhero type of theme
Okay,
would be
cool.
cool. Like I think Milos, he actually has one that's been in crits recently. That was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Um, Maybe more. I do like the scenic designs. Like I said, I love the birds. Any type of birds, give me all the birds.
Yeah,
um, yeah. Baseball. There's been a lot of baseball ones. Basketball. There hasn't been too many basketball ones. The pandas recently, Brad
yeah.
just got stopped. That one's pretty cool. I really like that. That was cool. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, different types of sports would be cool. I think I don't know if right now they're the most popular among the community, the sports type of designs, but
Yeah.
I really like them.
That's what kind of sucks because like the foundation of Clink is in sports logo design and whatever, and I feel like we're moving away from that a little bit. Um,
Right.
but yeah, like you, I would want to see more kind of sports stuff do well, but if it doesn't vote well, it doesn't vote well. So kind of have to let the
Right.
people decide there. But all right, cool, man. Thank you for doing that. Let's kind of cover what happened in the last week. So the second collaborator pack came out. So Omar, aka Cat Fiend, his first drop happened. So this one differed from mine a little bit because it's one colorway, same side patch, different logos. So he's all got like either looks like kind of kings, presidents, jokers, and grails. Like his kind of theme is kind of cool. What did you think about his drop?
I like the colors. I mean, I'm not I haven't been really huge on the very bright colors, but just recently I've, tried to come out of my comfort zone. I guess it does have a darker tone to it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, the one that he's got coming, I think the King, the same colorway that's coming out, I think that one is amazing. But all of these, I mean, I love a red UV. And these are all classic designs here. Um, I think the one at the bottom, I can't remember what it's called. Cursed Kings, is that what it's called?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a few other people say I think it looks really great on this colorway.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we
That
could break them down individually. So
yeah.
let's kind of get into it. So, Dead Presidents, Cap Kings High, and House of Hades. What are your initial thoughts on these?
The Dead Presidents I really like. I really like the OG and even the green one that came out. that green colorway, I think is just boom, makes it pop so well. I love it. And it's so well done, you know, for just a such a well-known president. I mean, you look at it, you know exactly what you're looking at. You know, it's the side patch too. I mean, it's awesome. I'm a fan of the Clink brand side patches. I think it's amazing too when it plays into the story of the designs as well.
Yeah. I think this is the first time we've seen this side patch too, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
to debut it. Yeah.
Cap Kings.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Cap Kings. That's a good one too. That's got a few different colorways that's come along as well. So.
Yeah. Hades too. We haven't ever seen retroed or brought back, so it's a cool kind of fresh version of it. To me, I think the real winner on this batch is Cap Kings. I just think it's such a really like cool kind of logo. It's done in the style of like that kind of card art, Joker, Jack, King kind of thing, right. And it's just got a lot of personality to it. It reminds me of this street artist OG Abel. He does a lot of like card kind of art and stuff like that. But yeah, okay. So then we got Wrath Kings, Cursed Kings, and Holy Grails. What are your thoughts here?
I mean, I love all these designs, especially the skulls. I do like skulls.
I'm a sucker for a good skull.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of them to choose from most of the time. So
yeah.
Wraith Kings, you know, that's a classic too. I have recently been looking to get the OG. That one's great. Let me see, Cursed Kings. Like I said, I really think this colorway is just so perfect for this logo. It looks great.
Definitely.
Holy Grails. I'm not too sure, like the story on it. But the embroidery too. It just pops right off of that hat. You know,
yeah.
Shining.
I feel like everything's kind of like this royalty / kings. So like dead president's like a high level person, and you got kings, and then the Grail, the Holy Grail is like the cup that the king drinks out of. I think that's kind of like his kind of overall kind of theme here. He's mixing like it's almost like a Toronto Raptor colorway, it's like black, purple, and red, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, just a smooth little pack. It's real, like either you really like the colorway or you don't, kind of thing. Like for me, when I picked mine, Casey kind of assembled like how he wanted to build the packs out, and he opted to do like a 4 and a 2. Like 4 by one artist, 2 by another, and none of the colorways match. So it kind of looked like a mishmash of stuff, but it was like a curation, like what like I would want to see. So like that was kind of cool. But this seems like a little bit more organized, a little more organized way to do it than I did. But it's a cool take on it. It's interesting to see like how the other people will approach their packs. So I know there's more coming. So
that's awesome.
I'm excited for it. So. Yeah, these next 6 are up for last calls. So just a reminder, these pre-orders will end midnight tonight, and we'll cover all 6. So the first 3, Spooky Season, Haunted Path, and Ghost Hunter. What are your thoughts here?
Spooky Season, great Halloween cap. I mean, it's gonna. I think it'll do really well. Definitely. I mean. Yeah. Raphael is, I mean, he's amazing at these type of designs. Anything in a circle. I mean, all the animals that he does are great. I love them.
Almost photorealistic.
Yeah. I love those cats that he does, especially with the glowing eyes. But anyway, yeah, Spooky Season's great, perfect. Same thing, Haunted Path. Great colorway. I really think it was awesome that the community was able to get that red. They kind of, I think, put their 2 cents in and were able to. I think they had changed it to blue, and then
went to red.
yeah, they came back to the red, and I think that was really awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be great. It's awesome. It's going to do so well. Same thing with Ghost Hunter. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, such a great pun or spin on, Ghost Hunter. Um, over time, it's crazy. It's how do you come up with so many different puns and ideas, and it's just unlimited to choose from. And she did a great job. It's a great hat. I really like that camo myself, and I think it'll come out great.
Yeah, Haunted Path was an interesting one because, yeah, like you mentioned, it went from her red to the blue, and then they changed it right away. We haven't really seen that. I don't know if that's like a good kind of precedent to set, but she got what she wanted, and the community got what they wanted, and it's back to red. I don't know if I would feel strongly one way or another, but it's kind of
Well,
cool to see them kind of give the people what they want. So for all the people that
right.
always scream like, "Oh, Clink doesn't give me what I want," take a look at this one. And then yeah, Raphael just a monster, man. Like he's kind of mastered that like photorealistic, simplified, animal portrait. He's kind of like a portrait artist at this point. But yeah, it's a cool little piece. The orange really flows well off of that like dark gray, almost
Yeah, absolutely.
like a San Francisco Giants-ish color. And then Ghost Hunter on the real tree is a cool little piece by Heather here. It's got I mean, you don't see the real tree that often. Style and Phil, I think, debuted it with Buck Off, and this is the second one. So, it's cool to
Okay.
see
Yeah.
Clink
I didn't
using
even think
different.
about that comparison, but yeah.
Yeah, just using different alternate materials. But yeah, I think Haunted Path is just a little bit busy. It'll be cool to see how they pull off that embroidery. If it's going to be mostly flat, or if they're going to use that red kind of negative space as raised, and just kind of it would be cool to see how they kind of pull it off. There's a lot of details in that thing, man.
Yeah, it definitely makes you wonder. But I mean, if they're going to run with it, I mean, I think they're pretty confident. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
yeah. They don't do that hat unless they know they can do it. So
right.
we'll see. We'll see. All right, moving forward. We got a ice cream truck, shadows and spirits, and pandas. You mentioned pandas, the basketball designed by Brad Racing. But what are your thoughts on the other ones?
The ice cream truck is great. I mean, it makes me think of Twisted Metal. I think is what it makes me think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, I think it'll come out good, especially the like how they do the embroidery with the different heights of how they do that embroidery to make certain things bigger than the other. I think it's gonna work well. Like the clown's head, maybe just like popping right out of there like that. Same thing with the ice creams falling. I think it looks a tad busy just all together like that, but I really think that yeah, with the embroidery being done, I think it'll be good. So shadows and spirits. I think that's really cool too. I'm not the biggest fan of the Reapers. I mean, I definitely think they're cool. Um, but the Ghost, I think, looks great too. I love how they flow together and bounce off of each other like that. I don't know if maybe it was he was going for like a yin yang type of deal. Maybe
It looks like it's like the composition is for yin yang, but like the subject matter doesn't. I feel like the ghost and the reaper don't really balance each other, because yin yang is all about balance, black, white,
yeah.
dark, light. I just feel like it's just two things that are kind of similar. I mean, I guess in theory, like a reaper would make a ghost, but like, I don't know. That
In
kind
that
of,
matter, yeah.
yeah.
In that matter of speaking, yeah, I could understand that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It is a cool piece, though, definitely. How do you feel about like the panda not wearing any shoes? Like this is obviously like a shoe, like a sneaker thing. So panda dunks,
Oh,
the
okay.
panda dunking. Um,
Um, I honestly, personally, I wouldn't want shoes.
okay.
I, I like it as it is. I think, with the panda dunking, the sneakerheads will get it right away.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think he needs the shoes. I think it flows really well. Um, I love the net, the basketball coming through, the tongue hanging out. I think it looks awesome, especially on that white crown. Um,
Yeah.
but I could understand maybe sneakerheads wanting him to have some shoes on. But I
Hmm.
think, the color of the crown with the subject matter, I think it's crystal clear, and I think he did an amazing job.
Definitely. Definitely. All right. Let's move on to the shock drop. So Sunbirds came back in a classic colorway, and then Sundaze Soul came back in a classic colorway. So two designs that earned their the Clink Room Classic side patches. I think they're only going to reserve these for some of the best sellers. So, first question: do you own any of these hats in any of the original or alternate colorways? And two, like, what do you think of these two hats right here?
The Sonale Soul, I actually had got it as a mystery hat.
Oh, nice.
I think it was the black and pink one, is
Hmm.
what it was.
Okay.
And it's not really my style. I think it's maybe more popular in a certain area of where you live, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe like Arizona or something like that. Is that
Hmm.
what something like that? Um,
So he's from Chicago, but he's celebrating his daughter's like Mexican heritage, basically.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's actually a hat collector as well. So Alex Mendoza out of Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's a great logo. It's a great design. Um, I think just from where I live, it's not really. I'm not too familiar. Um, I mean, I definitely get it. I understand it, but I don't think it's something that I would wear.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautifully designed.
definitely.
Let me see, Sunbirds. I love a blue. Blue's my favorite color. I've seen, the couple different colorways of Sunbirds as well. That's a really cool one. Um, and like I said, I don't own any of them, but I love birds. I'm a, you know, clinker that loves birds.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. There's also like the neon version of that Sunbirds, which is like so cool. So
Yeah.
I'm sure real quick my pickups for these couple drops. So out of the Cap Fiend pack, I opted to get this one. Just
Oh yeah.
I didn't have this original logo. I think Yakobo did the original one, and there was like one that was this way and one that was upside down. I didn't get either, and I kind of always regretted it. So when I saw that this design was up again for a fresh colorway, I definitely jumped on it. So like that kind of gold
Yeah.
really shines off of it, and then that side patch, the Clink Room.
Yeah. That gold is crazy.
Yeah, this is like the first one with like a lot of metallic. I know some of my pack had some metallic, but this was like full of metallic. And then I opted to get this one. I don't know if this glows in the dark. It might not, but the
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's awesome. The blues and like that little gold in there.
yeah,
That's
kind of like
awesome.
San Diego Chargers ish. I wanted to wear this with my San Diego Charger jersey, but it hadn't come out yet. So
Oh, okay.
it's got that kind of pastel-y kind of mint in it, uh, and then a grander. This is a real smooth hat too.
Yeah,
So my two pickups.
that's awesome.
All right, let's get into the crits now. So the crits, these will all be going up for Monday Morning Crits tomorrow. So let's talk about it. First off, Brick by Brick by Clink by Ink. Almost called Clink Park, Ink Park. John, what do you think of this one?
Okay. I love Ink Park's work. I love the characters he does. Um, I think it's awesome. I really like
Mhm.
it. Um, I think it'll do well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then that brick he's referring to, brick by brick, he uses like a brick red, like that kind of Houston Astros, kind of cardinal, maroony kind of red with that kind of tan color to work off that metallic copper, potentially off of like that sledgehammer. Pretty smooth
Yeah.
piece. Kind of reminds me of like almost like a steamboat Mickey style, like old kind of animation, which is pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Kind of,
awesome.
kind of smooth hat. Good job, John. All right. Treat hunters. What do you think?
I think anybody that got Ghost Hunter needs this one too. That's awesome. I like this ghost a lot. I don't know if it's planning on having like any type of glow in the dark in it, but I think that would do really well with it. God, that the bucket really looks awesome too. I like that.
Yeah. The torch
yeah,
kind of looks a little like doesn't have fire. It's kind of
yeah.
off. Kind of looks like a chicken bone a little bit. This reminds me a lot of that other one, the trick or treater guy. That's only like the pumpkin spice. Like it's like the same kind of posture, same kind of composition, which worked well, I guess, for her other one. So she's kind of brought it back. But yeah, treat hunters. All right. The Monster by our boy Zach here. Soundwave. What are you thinking here?
That one, the glow in the dark is really awesome. I really like, watching the video of how he created it, and yeah, I mean it's great. It's spooky. It's a lot of people I think would be able to relate to it. It makes a lot of people, I'm sure, think about their childhood, and yeah, I mean I really like it. I think it has good depth to it. And all around, I just think it's really cool.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how well this one votes. If it kind of makes it through, it's kind of like a cool little piece, like that monster under the bed kind of thing. It's got all these like funky parts to it, but we'll see if it votes well. Good job, Zach. All right, Painted Bats. I believe this is part 2. He originally had one that was like a 3/4 view. Of the bat, but yeah, Painted Bat is an actual thing. So Seamus, haven't really seen him too often, but yeah, he's back with this one. So what are your thoughts here?
I do like this one a little more than the first version. I really like the front view like that, and I think the dripping off the wings looks great. Yeah, I mean all the colors flow really well together. So, and yeah, I think it'll do well.
Yeah, hopefully this votes well, man. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff hit the shop lately, so hopefully that changes with this one. I think it's pretty cool. Anything that kind of tells a story of like an animal and you kind of learn a little bit more about it is definitely a cool like conversation starter.
For sure.
And it's like shaped in a way it's almost in that like Batman kind of logo thing. So it's like a real cool piece. And that orange definitely works well with that gray. We saw that with one of those earlier hats. But yeah, good job, Seamus. Eternal Voyage. What are you thinking here?
It looks good. The skull looks good. At first I would be skeptical about the embroidery on the boat that's going down, but I've seen other hats, I think, that came out well with the boat doing, about not the same thing maybe, but I've seen other designs with a boat in it, and you might think, I don't know how it might come out, but I think it could. I love the water pouring out of the circle like that. The rope wrapping around it is a good touch. So,
yeah, I almost wish the seahorses were just facing forward as opposed to kind of facing in. I don't know if I love the water pouring out, but I mean, I guess it kind of makes it abstracty. A lot of wispiness to the boat, like a lot of little details. Would be cool to see how those kind of embroider, but yeah, Eternal Voyage. I just feel like sometimes his stuff lacks a little bit of like kind of like that +1, that storytelling. Like it's, you know,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah,
just a
I know
boat
what you mean.
that's sinking. You know, like I want a little bit more
Right.
to it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, yeah.
but
I'm all about the story, so I know
yeah,
what you mean.
yeah. But all right, drawn real well. The composition is pretty cool. I would just fix a couple things here and there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like cool tricks he uses with like the light sources and like the shadowing and stuff like that. But yeah, cool piece. All right, discount Dracula, sound waves and creatures. Creatures already got put together. Discount, discount. Yeah, like discount and then the Count Dracula. All right, cool. What are your thoughts here?
Another great Halloween hat. I think it's really really cool. I think he actually did have like a discount price tag hanging off of the cape
Oh, really?
at one time too,
Yeah.
which was really awesome. I think it's cool. It's great character. I like the colorway. Really like it actually. I love the white front panels like that. I think that's really
Yeah.
cool.
You rarely see the rare the rail hats, like the white
Right.
front
Yeah.
panel hats. That's cool that they did that.
The UV to button red, that looks great. Yeah, I definitely like it, and I hope it does well.
Yeah. I can see this becoming like a series of like, kids dressing up in different kind of costumes, maybe like a mummy and
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
like Frankenstein and definitely definitely a cool piece, and as someone who didn't grow up with a lot of money, you can definitely relate to having like a really shitty Halloween costume and
All right,
and
making
just
your
having to
own.
deal with it. Yeah, yeah. But a nice little piece here, Donnie and Zach. So let's go to Flower Power by Cody Manning, RTR.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts here?
I seen this one recently, and I really like it. I love the eyes and the mouth. Um, I don't know if there's a story that goes with it, or I feel like there probably is. I'm just unaware of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like it. I love the blue with the yellow UV. I think I would buy this.
My concern with it is it almost looks like the gloves are upside down.
Oh
Because like
yeah.
the bottom there, that's where the thumbs would be. So if the flowers theoretically punching you, it would be kind of flipped the other way. But
Yeah,
other than that,
I think I
they're
might have
cool.
saw somebody mention something similar to that with the gloves.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
but
but
that could be an easy fix.
yeah, that's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. But yeah, cool little piece. He's got different um submissions on his page. He's got one that's called Camel Toe, which is crazy. And, a bunch of different other styles. So keep at it, Cody, man. I think it's a real rad piece.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love the Yellow Wonder. You said you don't mind them, but
Right.
you can kind of do this by just having it a yellow button and then just having more of a plain color. The reason why I don't really like the yellows, people mention that if they have like a really light complexion, the reflection of that color, yellow is really strong on their skin tone. So I think that's why a lot of people tend to
Oh,
avoid the Yellow Wonders. But if you
okay.
don't mind, you don't mind. Number 8, Perbrus. Josh and Jake got together. What are your thoughts here?
I think it's definitely cool.
Mm-hmm.
I do like, Josh's style a lot. I love, the zombie. I love that one, and um, it's. I like it. I do. I don't know if it's for me personally, but I think it's
Yeah,
really rad.
it's like a play on Cerberus, right? So Cerberus is the 3-headed dog that kind of guards um, the underworld in Greek mythology. So them putting a purr, it just infers that they're cats. So it looks like they're like cats.
Right, right.
That's why they got the rat and the fish thing. It's an interesting piece. I just don't know if it really translates, you know.
Yeah, quickly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a cool piece. The art's cool.
Yeah.
But all right, moving forward. We got Tricky Kid by Raphael. What do you think of this? This kid's buff, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind is the arms. I see the arms. But I think it's a cool concept. Yeah, I think making it look more like a kid, like smaller arms. I don't know. I don't know about the skull mask. I feel like maybe there's some other Halloween masks that might work better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. The pinkies end up looking like they're chopped off a little bit too. I don't know if he meant to do them that short
Yeah.
or whatever, but sometimes when you do like designs like this and everything is like symmetrical, it makes it seem to me weird. I like stuff that's kind of off centered or at least a little bit different left to right. I don't like just having a mirror image of
Right.
the design. And I kind of feel like that's what this is. A little bit
Right.
I'm with you.
I'm glad that he
Right.
brought him out of the circle a little bit. But
Yeah. I'm with you though. I think like you need a cooler mask than just like a skull, like a kid wearing a skull.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's a good attempt. It's cool. Raphael, Tricky Kid. All right, Boo by Gemini and Sierra. What are your thoughts here?
I think it's cool. I like it. I think it's kind of similar to the H.
Yeah, they did
that,
H.
That he did with Aurelian recently.
I think it's the same two guys, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? It was Gemini and Sierra?
I think it was. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me look it up while you talk about this one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome Halloween hat. There's a lot of them lately. A lot of Halloween hats. I guess it makes sense.
Oh, you're right. Aurelian and Gemini.
It's pretty similar, huh? Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like all the different little pieces.
I like how it kind of comes outside the letters.
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Because the other one, it was the H, and the H was holding everything inside, like it was like pressing everything in, and this one kind of it like exists, and then it extends out. Maybe I'd want a little bit more contrast for the lettering, so you can see it maybe better, or you can achieve this by just changing like the crown color, maybe making a gray hat potentially, or a black hat. But yeah, it's a cool piece. Yeah, you're right though. He did one with Aurelian and this one's with Sierra, so that's kind of cool. We'll see which one makes it. But all right, moving forward. Number 11, Ed Weird is back. So Sucker for Love. What are you thinking here?
I think it's cool. A lot of Halloween stuff. Seeing a lot of Halloween stuff. Just recently in general, I think. But I think it's really cool. I love the colors. He's a pretty cool character. We haven't seen a lot of Ed Weird, and I'm happy to see him here. Get one in there.
I definitely changed the color of the button to get it off the color of the crown, give it a little bit more contrast.
Yeah.
I feel like the red kind of gets lost. So he's got like red in the outline, red in the collar, and then red in the blood, and then red in the heart. I feel like having that red in the blood and the heart, that should be like kind of like the main event, like the drawing, to get your eyes to draw to that spot, and just have the other stuff be a different color because it kind of mutes it out. And then like his hands, I feel like don't match. He's got like like a manicure on one side and then just regular hands on the other side. So those are like
Right.
small little things that he could fix right away. But it's a cool piece. It's good to see him back. Like Ed Weird, man, you would expect to see him a lot more during Halloween and stuff. So
Yeah.
all right. Moving forward, Night Magic, Scorch Design. I haven't heard of Scorch Design, so I'm gonna look them up while you give me your initial thoughts on this.
I think it's cool. I like everything how it flows together. It's a lot of stars and background pieces. Maybe we don't need as many. And let just the main design of it speak for itself. Because it looks great. The hat looks great. I think it's an owl.
It's an owl. Looks like.
I think somebody said it takes you a second to realize it's an owl, and it's like that's really cool, you know. Let me see. Yeah, I like it. I like that that like mint UV and the outline on it.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool piece. And like you said, I don't think I've heard of Scorch Design, but I'll definitely have to look him up and check out some of his stuff.
Yeah, David Crichton Pester out of Hamilton, New Zealand. So they did the Jailbirds design. I think that one actually went to production. Yeah, that one went to production. That one was pretty cool. And a couple designs here and there, but nothing really that's stuck since. So it's cool to have him back. I think my main concern with this one is like kind of like a scaling issue. So if this is like a bird, you gave him such long arms. I know those would be wings, but then just give him wings then, you know?
Right.
Like it's almost like hands that become wings or wings that become hands, and then you don't really get the full story of the head. Like give him like a majestic head, you know? It's an owl, right?
Yeah.
So I think those are like small things that are easily fixable with this. I just think like, yeah, it's kind of like a scaling issue. He's kind of like that, but like he's an owl. Like, I don't know. So
right.
Just small stuff, but cool design nonetheless. Silent Strike, 14-8, man. I'm pulling for him on this one, man. I hope he gets through pretty soon because he's definitely been in crits the last couple weeks. And, what are you thinking on this?
I like it. I do like it. I remember the first version of it, and I really liked that one too. So as well as you, I'm happy to see it up here. I think it could do really well in the voting. It's got the nice, flowers looking in there, the details with the stars. I think it looks great. How it looks like, kind of like almost like the moon is kind of rising up out of the brim almost.
Yeah, he definitely has like a cool kind of almost like a tattoo style of doing things. So yeah, this one's pretty rad. Silent Strike, 14-8. All right, C is for Clink by Sierra Gons. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking Instacop. It's like, no, I really like it. I love anything Kong, anything Clink. I love all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This here. See.
Yeah, that's the original.
So I'm all for it. I love it.
Yeah, I like this piece. It reminds me of that one that you showed, and then it's like it takes it to another level. He's kind of swinging off of it. Almost looks like maybe like a banana or a branch or something, or like a vine, you know.
Yeah.
Cool little piece, man. I like it. Sierra Gons, good job, man. Panther Paint. What do you think of this?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I love the cats he does. And I'd like to add a cat like to where it's kind of like black on black almost, like real dark like that. Yeah. I'd love to get a cat like that to add to my collection like that. I really like it.
Yeah, this will embroider real cool too. It reminds me a lot of Jason V's style that he did with the Devil in the Details. The Devils in the Details.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
It's kind of
that's
like
crazy.
that line art for like the low riders. So
Yeah.
cool little piece, black on black. Probably make it metallic black to kind of give it that shine with that infrared.
Yeah.
I mean, Rafael, he likes those Panthers, so
Yeah. He's great at them. So
yeah, definitely. All right, Cry Me a River by Point Exco. What are you thinking here?
it's awesome piece of imagery. I mean,
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It is. It's yeah. I love it. Every piece to it. I love the shape of it. The water pouring out of the eye, like
yeah,
um, awesome play on words with the Crimea River.
yeah. It's almost
I,
like a Illuminati sign, almost like the triangle with
yeah.
the
Okay.
eye. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
Again,
it.
too, I would mess it up a little bit, like with the trees and the mountains, those little trees and mountains, and then the water being symmetrical on both sides. I would just like mix it up a little bit, kind of give it that extra bit of randomness.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a cool piece nonetheless. Good job, Point X. Lazy Bones by Jacobo. What are you thinking here?
It's a great take on the Reaper.
Mhm.
Like I said, I'm not a huge Reaper fan myself, but it's a great take on it. It's a new take, a good spin.
Mhm.
I like it, and I like the colorway. So
I like how he's like laying in a coffin. Like that's cool.
oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah, my one thing too, if I were to kind of direct him on this, I would make it do the exact same posture and exact same composition, but I would make it so that he's lifting the mask and then it's like a regular dude inside eating popcorn. So it's like
uh,
he's kind of like off hours, like the Grim
right.
Reaper off hours. I think that'd be pretty cool because
Yeah,
it looks
that
like he's wearing a mask anyway because he's got eyes here, you know.
right.
So that's what I would do. I would just make him like a regular dude, so his
Yeah,
mask, up like Casey Jones style. But other than that, it's a rad piece. Yeah. 18 time flies. Donnie's back with his lady friend, his wife. What are you thinking of this one?
I like this one a lot. I think the colorway makes it bounce and pop really well. I
Hmm.
love that light blue UV. Um, matching off of inside the logo. Um, I think it looks really great, and it would embroider so well.
Yeah, I do like how the imagery of it, like the that kind of bird skull is made to look like the top of that hourglass. I would almost wish it was pushed forward more, so kind of coming out of the hourglass a little bit. Maybe just change the composition a little bit, make it kind of so twist the hourglass so it's kind of twisted, and have the bird head come out with the wings kind of on the side rather than just it being just this like
Right.
like this piece. But it's cool. Like it'd make for a cool like chest piece, like on someone's
Yeah.
chest. But I don't know how well it fits on the hat. But yeah, just a smooth piece of art though for sure. 19 Possessed by Patrick. This is Magnus. What are you thinking here?
The colors are. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's crazy good the way that the colors are and how he's made it look like they're just almost like a jewel. Like
Hmm.
like I yeah. I mean, it's just amazing work. It really is. I don't understand it, but it's
Hmm.
amazing. It's very well done. I'll say that.
Yeah. In the world of like tattooing, you see this kind of style being done a lot, like either um like this where it's like a honey mask hidden in a beetle, sometimes it's hidden in a butterfly or different types of things. So it's like a really cool kind of piece. It's cool that he brought this to the Clink Room. I can foresee them using like a lot of metallics to kind of get that like real cool shine off. But yeah,
Right.
as a logo though, this looks freaking badass, man. Good job, Magnus. And then last but not least, Seamus the Skunk is back with Silk. What are you thinking here?
It's really cool how he's able to, you know, bring this stuff out like this, have one design, and then you realize there's another one inside of it like that. It's just, it's awesome. It really is.
Yeah, hiding the skull in there is real cool, like piece of work.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive, definitely.
I don't know if it necessarily needs the other spider, but definitely the skull in the spider web is definitely rad.
Right.
Yeah. But all right, man. Thank you for doing this show with me. You've been so gracious with your time, man. I really appreciate you coming on and having people have the opportunity to kind of get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was great.
Yeah. I was speaking to Donnie today. We got to get back on and do another one of those community shows to kind of keep everyone together, man. I think sometimes things can get a little bit crazy with some of the things that get said back and forth a little bit, but yeah, community within the Clink Room is very important, and it's really important that people kind of get along and kind of respect each other. So definitely got to do that style of video again. Maybe not go 3 hours like last time, but definitely we're due for a good check-in. But where can people kind of find you and connect with you?
I'd say Instagram. So Superhero Heinz. That's where you can find me. So
awesome. Again, thank you so much for doing this. We'll keep this short for people wanting to watch football. So for Heinz and Leon, we're out of here. Peace
out.
Eternal damnation. You're at the end of the world as you know it, my dude. Time is up and you out of mood, so what will you do? It's the BP mercenaries not here to